Hello, my name is Jason Goodson with Gardening with Goody, and this is my story about remembering 9/11. At the time, my wife and I were living in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We had just been married for 3 years, and we just moved to Hattiesburg and started living in a duplex apartment. And that morning, we were in bed. And I just remember being woke up and couldn't understand why I was up so early that day. But usually my routine was to get up and watch some Sports Center. And I turned on Sports Center, and I just remember Sports Center being interrupted and talking about the first plane flying into the first tower. And so it was crazy because didn't know what was going on, but I was immediately hooked. I just remember that, and remember watching, because they're affiliated with the ABC channel at the time, and so they went straight to there. And I just remember watching the constant video of the towers and the plane flying into the second tower, and then automatically thinking this empty feeling on the inside going, this is not by chance that this is happening. And then as the day and the morning went on, just remembering the weird feeling on the inside, like not knowing what was going on, being a young kid, a newlywed per se. We didn't have any kids yet. So we were still young. My wife and I were traveling in a band together called Life of Worship, and we were leading worship and playing guitar and singing, and she was on the bass guitar. And I just remember all those little things going on, and I just went in there and woke her up. I remember going in there, waking her up and going, Kathy, you got to come in here and see this. This is unbelievable. And we just sat in awe as we watched the events unfold that day. And I just remember the not knowing what was next feeling. And after the Pentagon had been hit and hearing about the plane that had crashed in Pennsylvania, I just know that our hearts just sunk. But here's the thing about all that is, what I remember the most is the resolve of the people, not only the frontline people, but just the people in general of America, having such resolve, saying that basically we were not going to stand for that, and backing a president who had the guts to stand up to somebody and do something about it. And that's probably some of the things that just really stood out to me about that day. I just remember going to the Walmart in Hattiesburg, Mississippi that afternoon because we just needed food, we needed water, and I remember pulling into Walmart itself and seeing that there were just rows and rows of cars lined up, people just all of a sudden in panic mode, not knowing what was going on. I just remember the shelves being empty, and realizing that this was different, that our world was going to change in some way, in some form, in some fashion at that point. But 20 years afterwards, being in our living room here and sitting down and watching those events unfold with our kids and just explaining to them what had happened, what was going on at the time, and trying to explain to them that, that our way of life is not necessarily what's approved of across the world, and that just slowly going through, this is what's happening, and this is what people didn't know, and this is what we know now, and I'm just thankful for our soldiers. I'm thankful for our police officers, thankful for our firefighters, the emergency medical people who were a part of that time, and I'm thankful now that we've been through or living through a pandemic, that we have the ability to grow our own food, that we have the ability to take care of ourselves. And I'm really excited about our family, just being able to work on the sustaining part of this lifestyle that we have. And we're going to grow it, and we're going to make it bigger, and we're just going to pursue that. And part of the dream is to not have to be so reliant upon, the grocery store, or relying upon those food sources that we don't have to go out and spend a whole lot of money on, because I've learned a lot through the process of the gardening this year. Anyways, just remembering 9/11, and I just want to give a shout out to our friends at the Bland's Promised Land Ranch and Texas here, and just saying thank you for doing those videos and those hashtags, and just a reminder to us all that that although that day was sad and it's historic and all those things happened, that we don't have to live through those things again, hopefully, and that we have hope in a Christ, the Savior, who is our life, and who will take us beyond the things that we ever thought we could do, and just relying on Him and resting in Him in everything that we do. So I just want to encourage you guys to remember those things, and just knowing this, that 5 kids later, and having my wife near me still, is the best gift that I could ever have. And just thankful for our country. I'm thankful for the people who serve, and I'm thankful for you, the subscriber. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and we'll continue to make videos. We'll see you on the other side.